Saturday. So how was it, Monica ma'am?
So it was very informative.
Yeah,
Informative session. We learned so many things. So it was
yeah.
altogether very informative session, fruitful
Right,
session, sir.
right.
Sir, am I visible, sir, now?
Yeah, sure, sure. You are very much visible.
Actually, sir, last time I asked, I am audible only. So, participant responded, yes, you are audible, but I was not visible. So,
No,
participant,
no.
yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are audible as well as visible.
thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you permit, sir, otherwise I can wait for 1 minute. If you permit, I can start, sir.
No, no. You just wait for 1 minute. Many more people are in the queue. So
Okay.
just 1 minute. Yeah.
शाकिर सर, टाई
Yes,
काफी
sir.
अच्छी लग रही है।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
और इस्लाम जी, लग रहा है काफी अच्छी टाई है।
नहीं, और रोब साहब देखिए कि प्रोफेशनल भी लग रहा है शाकिर माशाल्लाह से।
नहीं, इसमें कोई शक की बात नहीं है सर, बहुत पुराना देखिए वो प्रोफेशनल है ये। ये जहां से गए हैं वहीं पर मैं बैठा हूँ इस वक्त, इनकी पुरानी सीट पर।
अच्छा अच्छा।
रऊफ भाई फिर मुर्शिदाबाद, sir.
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
रऊफ भाई, he was my senior, sir, in अलीगढ़।
अच्छा अच्छा।
ये आपकी मोहब्बत है भाई।
बड़े भाई हैं और आज भी गाइड कर रहे हैं, सर।
हाँ हाँ, नहीं कोई शक
नहीं सर, सभी के लिए हम क्या, आप भी बड़े भाई हैं अब तो।
हाँ।
चलिए इंशाल्लाह मुलाकात होगी सर।
Right.
Thank you.
So I think Shakir, we can start because it is 4:33. So dear participants, there is no need of introduction of Shakir. I already have introduced him. In fact, I have just appeared before you people because the topic which I have given Dr. Shakir is very unique one, that is out of box thinking. So what is out of box thinking? In fact, first we should inculcate this thinking in ourselves, and through us it will be reached to our students as well. So all those theoretical aspects related to out of box thinking, I'm quite sure will be presented before you people by Dr. Shakir, and you will enjoy his session. So Shakir, I think you can start.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir, once again for having shown faith in me. And when this topic was given to me, first time I was thinking, well, what should I include in this topic? And it was out of box actually. My box is my thinking process, but it was not in my thinking process. But anyhow, your faith is always giving me the confidence, and because of your confidence, I have tried my best to discuss with participants something in my own way, definitely, and which is out of box. How can we develop out of box thinking among our students? So we will try to understand participants with your cooperation, as you have already cooperated in the previous session. Participants, Pooja ma'am, some of the names I remember. Pooja ma'am, are you there? Or any other?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Pawan sir. Pawan sir, are you there? Okay. Other participants. So again, my way should be same. My way of interaction will be same. That you will be helping me, as and when I will be asking you to respond, you can respond by opening your mic. Otherwise, we will be having. I couldn't have a question answer session in the last session, because of the paucity of time. But I will try this time that I can have some question answer session. But because you are teachers, and again, I would say that I will not, I cannot teach you anything. It will be an interactive session, as earlier it has already happened. So thank you. In the previous session, you have cooperated, and with your cooperation, Sajid sir gave me very positive comments that yes, it was good session. So thank you once again. Now this session, which is out of box thinking, let us try to understand this. One of the statement thinking. See, anybody can read this statement, this quotation, the first one written in the slide. Anyone, any participant?
Thinking outside of the box allows you to get reward outside of your reach.
What is the meaning?
When we can think hello?
Yes, ma'am. I'm getting. Yes, ma'am. जी ma'am.
When we
You are
think,
audible.
One by one. Just to break down.
when we perceive what is not in our mind, we can achieve extra miles.
Thinking outside of the box allows you to get rewards outside of your reach. Any other participants? Any other person, please? And any other participant? If nothing is coming in your mind, you can read the slide. Anyone?
So, like if you can think of any idea or some solution to a problem, which is not a normal one or is not conservative one, so then the reward that you will get will be very high reward you can get.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you. What's your name, ma'am?
Sir, I'm Sushma Singh.
Sushma, ma'am. Thank you, Sushma, ma'am. I think you were also very much responding in the previous session. Thank you. So as a participant, the line is that thinking outside of the box allows you to get rewards outside of your reach. Meaning thereby outside the box thinking or out of thinking means what? In simple words. Anyone? It's
What normally others don't think.
What, ma'am? Repeat, please. Ji, ma'am. Come again, ma'am, please.
What normally others will not perceive thinking in that direction.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, out of box thinking means thinking with, or in simple words, it means creativity or divergent thinking. It is related with creativity, showing something creative, creating something new. If not creating new, it means having some different perspective on something, some new idea. If not new idea, then having a fresh look on that idea. So what happens actually, we have problems in our day-to-day life, okay, and we have solutions. Sometimes what happens, might have observed that in different websites, whenever there are questions and they collect many questions and then they have answers frequently answered questions, frequently asked questions, FAQs. What it means? FAQs जो वेबसाइट पे लिखे रहते हैं वो क्या मतलब होता है? Why they have included those FAQs?
Frequently asked questions.
Why? Because they are getting the same questions, same types of questions. Just to save energy and time, they have just collected the questions and they have the ready-made answers. So in many times, what happens in our situation in our life, that sometimes there's the problems will be such for which the ready-made answer will not work, ready-made solution will not work. So for that, for solving that thing, for solving that problem, we have to be out of the box thinking pattern in our lifestyle. We have to think out of box. Out of box means something new, something original, or something which was not coming in the minds of others or in your too. So later on with the help of slides. So let us just try to understand C maturity. What is C maturity? If you have heard the term C maturity? Participants, C maturity?
No, sir. No, sir.
Understand social maturity. See, maturity is nothing but a very simple term, that is creative maturity. The creative maturity term means that in order to be creative, in order to be divergent thinker, we need to have certain level of background, certain level of maturity, and that is creative maturity. And creativity will not be there. Out of box thinking will not be there if we are not having a certain background, certain previous knowledge. How that previous knowledge will come? How does that creative background will come? When we read. My friend, if we will not read, if learning by insight is not possible. Learning by insight is not at all possible if we are not reading at all. And one of the important things in that direction is working in that direction. That is also very, very important. Only out of box thinking is possible when you are working in that direction. If you are not working in that direction, then creativity will not be there at all. Even out of box thinking is not going to happen. It will not that automatically it will happen. Yes, it will come, answer will come, but it depends on C maturity, creative maturity. And creative maturity, three things are very, very important. That is background, and how background is going to be achieved by you through reading in that direction. For example, you have been in some problem, suppose, or you have been assigned some situation, or you have been assigned some problem, or you are working on a project, you are working on a research problem. So definitely you read you read a lot of literature and you are working in that direction. Then only creative maturity is possible. Otherwise, for creativity, if you think that automatically it will happen, that somebody will come and will give you the answer, not possible. Insight is only possible when you are working in that direction. That is trial and approach method is also there. When you try, then only you get the answers. Maybe when you are, for that, one of the important thing is courage. Courage is very important. What is courage and why it is important for out of box thinking, my friends?
Because usually new ideas are not really accepted by
Wonderful.
society, or maybe
People are not ready to accept the new ideas. They are not at all receptive. People won't accept your new idea. It is said that, I always say in the class also with my students, I always interact with this, that नया तो जूता भी काटता है, आप जानते हैं. As and when we have new pair of shoes, so for 2 or 3 days it will take time. आप अब नया कोई चीज लेते हैं तो वो दिक्कत करता है, मेरा ख्याल है आप समझ गए. काटने का मतलब है कि वो प्रॉब्लम करेगा, एडजस्ट होने में. So it is always difficult when you have a new idea, out of the box thinking, something which has not happened earlier, previously, then definitely that idea is very fragile. So people will sometimes try to kill that with their presenting, condescending word. What is this condescending word? What is the meaning? You have heard the word in Hindi, upahas. Upahas.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, किसी का उपहास उड़ाना, कोई नई चीज आई. In it always happen whenever you are coming with something new, people will not accept that first thing. You will be a laughing stock for them. They will be laughing on you. That if you are proposing something new, new solution, out of the box thinking, then people will laugh on you. So courage is very, very important at that time, because when you are courageous at that time, what will happen? You will be persevering at that time. Perseverance is one of the important qualities for creativity. Courage is the fuel you will use to start something new, even when you are not sure you will succeed. This is very, very important, because you don't know. When you have a solution, sometimes you don't know.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Ji? Ji? Okay. So I was thinking that you are suggesting something, you are adding. So courage is very, very important. And if this courage will be there in your personality, in our personality, then we will not easily quit, and we will be having the answers of the problems, and out of the box thinking is tested at that time. Because if we are not courageous, then definitely people will kill our idea in the beginning itself. This is very, very important. So we will see that. And another important thing is authenticity. Creativity demands authenticity, because the moment we are developing new idea, as we are working, we are finding out a new solution to solve our problems, we must be authentic. As how you approach our problems, how we approach our challenges, we must be authentic. Because what happens, it's not that something about which you are not having courage, you are not having confidence, and you are trying to give to that, suppose, creativity or creative solution to others. That is not going to work. You must be having the conviction. You must be determined that yes, my solution will definitely work. It will take time, and that is why you need a patience also in order to give that out of box thinking idea to others. It's very important. That is why, along with courageous, authenticity is another important thing for this. And then another important thing is curiosity. This is very, very important. Within 2 or 3 slides, I will try to come to that. What are the characteristics of out of box thinkers? Before that, I'm just making the background. That curiosity. What is this curiosity, my friends?
To learn the things, to the curiosity, to learn the new things.
What, sir? Sir, एक बार फिर से बताइए. जी.
To learn the things, to find out the new thing, to have the research attitude is curiosity.
Acha. What is okay? Okay, thank you. Another any other participant?
So,
So having an urge to learn new things.
Yes. Actually, if you have observed that curiosity is more there in children. Have you observed this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
A class, yes, suppose a class is going on, as I have also, I think, I don't know whether I have an example or not. If you ask children that please don't see to after the class, if you are studying, you are teaching something, some important topic to them, and in between you are announcing कि साहब after the class आप उस पर्दे के पीछे मत देखिएगा, है ना? So the first thing after the class they will do that they will see कि क्या है वहां पर्दे के पीछे. The reason is that they are very much curious, है ना? As we have we are in our department, we have a B.Ed course, we have M.Ed course, we have a PhD course, we have a diploma in teaching, we have MA education and then BA education. This year they have added BA B.Ed and BSc B.Ed. So those who have come for BA B.Ed, they are very younger ones, because they have just come directly from 12th class. So what we are actually finding in their personalities, they are very curious. Curiosity is there in their personality, because as and when they are in the first period, they are asking when will be the second period. And after second, they will see if there is a, suppose the class is not there, then they are very much curious why the third period it is not there. And it will definitely take time, because they are in higher education now. In higher education, it is not like that from first period till 8th period, there will be regular classes. In between, there may be gaps for their, suppose it is for the interaction, it is for the library period, it is for other purposes. So it happens in the higher education. But as they have directly come from school, they have just completed their 12th, so they are very much curious. So in order to give, creativity can flourish only when we have the curiosity. If the curiosity is not there, this is the first step. Authenticity, curiosity, and the first thing we have already discussed that. So curiosity means, in very simple language, it's always being curious. ABC approach you have to follow. Only then you can find the out-of-box thinking solutions or out-of-the-box thinking answers. So creativity actually needs curiosity. Creativity is not at all possible until and unless you are having curiosity in your attitude. That's very important. And just as we say that fire needs oxygen to burn, therefore creativity needs curiosity. That's very important. Curiosity is a prerequisite. So now let us see the correct. I think till now am I clear, participants?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So let us try to understand some of the characteristics of out-of-box thinker. And I have, I think, near about 15 slides for this out-of-box thinkers. And we will try to understand their characteristics so that we can have strategies for out-of-box thinking better in our classroom, and we can see what are the strategies with the help of which we can foster the creativity or out-of-box thinking better among our students. Let us again here start with one of the statements that the man who follows the crowd will usually get no further than the crowd. The man who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever been. Anybody can read it?
The man who follows the crowd will usually get no further than the crowd. The man who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever been. This does not mean that you are rebellious.
Exactly.
Being rebellious.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So the first characteristic is they are the curious, though out-of-box thinkers are not afraid to challenge authority or go against the grain. Meaning thereby that you have the courage to speak up and challenge the ideas or practices that you believe are not in the best interest of your institution. This happens when you are out-of-box thinker. This is the first characteristics. What happens when you are an out-of-box thinker? You will definitely speak against those practices which are not in conformity with your whatever you are thinking, or they are not in the best interest of your department or of your institution, of your college, school, wherever you are working. You are you are not afraid to think differently and offer alternative solutions or perspectives. It happens when you have these characteristics. And this is one of the important characteristics of out-of-box thinker, that they are not afraid to think differently, because they have been, we will see that what kind of environment is there, how we can actually promote this creativity. And I have tried my best to include those things which are not usually we read in books. I mean, I have taken material from different sources, from Google itself and from different books also. But it will not be as usual. We are suggesting the strategies and simple things. Definitely, again, I am saying that it will not be new, something very original, but definitely I've tried my best to change them, those points which are already there in the books, to give you fresh look. What is this? They go against the mainstream of popular opinion, because innovation requires deviation. What is this deviation, my friends?
To get away from the prescribed path is the deviation.
See, in your department, we have a BOS, Board of Studies. I think you are working in different departments where there are BOS, Board of Studies, or COS, Center of Studies, and you have chairperson, you have head of the department, you have registrar, you have dean, you have PVC, pro vice chancellor, you have vice chancellor, and other high-ranking officials. So how many times do we confront our seniors, our high-ranking officials, when we do not believe in the idea which they are trying to propagate? Usually, whether it happens or not.
Yes, sir.
It happens. You go against.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It happens.
It happens. You go against them.
No, sir. Never.
Why?
Never.
Why?
So there are a lot of reasons behind it.
Sir. Yes, sir. There are a lot of reasons behind this, because sometimes we feel there are two types of paths wherever we are in this, wherever we are working, whatever it will be the institution, whether it is private institution, whether it is public institution. So one path is easy path, another path is tough path. So what happens when we are the part of that meeting, we are just attending that meeting as a member, we always think, why me? Why should I talk? Why I should stay? Why I should speak, and what will be its repercussions? When these things are there in our mind, we never ever say anything in the meetings. I think these are the reasons. We always believe that sometimes what happens, senior will be in our selection committee, and then he will be angry, and someday he will, what happens, what will happen. So these are some of the reasons. I am not discussing any reason. If you want me to discuss those reasons, you can give me any reason if you want. Otherwise, usually we do not go against these people. Why? Because the environment in which we actually grow, we have been told not to go against these people. We have been told not to go against these people because it's not a tradition. When we are, in the meeting, whenever we are suppose in any high-ranking official before us, we have been told not to interrupt them, whatever they are saying. Whether it happens in your institutions, my friends?
Normally, it happens everywhere, sir.
It has become the tradition. हमको क्या बोला जाता है साहब? If the BOS is there, कि साहब, you will be the only participants. Yeah, it happens. I have just seen some of the researches also, that you will be the participant only. You are not going to contribute. So you may be having a very good idea. You may be having very bright idea. You may be having very new idea, but nobody is going to listen. Nobody is going to listen. And when you are not saying that, it means that characteristic is missing in you. Sometimes you think because of the environment which they have created, because your seniors have told you not to say anything, you don't want to say anything, and you believe. I have seen my friends, many people, many senior teachers not contributing at all. I don't know what kind of fear is there. They do not contribute at all in the meetings, and the fear is there that it is not going to give them anything in return when they speak. But it is not good. That environment will kill that out-of-box thinking ability. Because why, my friends? Anybody can give me any example?
Sir, can you please repeat the query?
Sir, actually क्या होता है कि साहब जो environment में जिसमें हम काम करते हैं, we have high-ranking officials in every department, in every university. These kinds of things are there. We have been told not to go against them. because it is not directly affecting us. So we never ask questions. We never say why it is happening. So this kind of attitude is actually responsible for killing our creativity. We never give creative solutions because we become mechanical. We are there in our meeting for yes or no, and we are not able to give what is coming in our mind at that time. And suppose the teachers are such in the institution where they are not contributing, where they are not active, then how can we expect creative students? Not possible. So it is easy path and tough path. So for creative children, for the people, for the persons, if you have to be out of box thinker, then always you have to choose the tough path. And this is important characteristic of out of box thinker, that they will be selecting tough path. They may go against anyone. Going against anyone doesn't mean that you are against their against their identity, I should say. You are against their idea. So you can go against their idea. If you do not like the idea, you can go against their idea. So the people who are out of box thinker, this is one of the important characteristics, that they go against the idea. This is very, very important. Okay. So, and they never, those who are out of box thinker, they are not afraid to challenge the authority also. And my friends, you believe that many things which we have achieved in our life, they are the result of some ideas which were very vague in the beginning. The ideas which were very vague in the beginning. In the beginning, the idea, when they were given by the people, when they were given by the students, teachers, and anyone, they were believed that their ideas are nothing, zero. So it depends on your conviction of the person who is giving that idea, that or confidence or authenticity or courage, that idea may convert into a success or reality. So the people who is the student who is out of box thinker, or the person who is out of box thinker, will be confident in his or her ability. And it happens that he will challenge the status quo. It's very important. What is this status quo, my friends?
The thing remains same as it is.
If you are not doing anything, the status quo means as it is. Something which is as it is. You are not doing anything, then it will remain same. Don't do it. जैसे कि कोई मैं एक मिसाल के तौर पर एक एग्जांपल अक्सर देता हूँ कि एक साहब ने एक तस्वीर बनाई और उसमें कहा कि साहब इसमें कोई कमी हो तो बता दीजिएगा। तो वो तस्वीर बना के चौराहे पे लगा दी। तो जो आते जाते वाले लोग थे, सबने सर्किल करना शुरू कर दिया। सर्किल, यहाँ परेशानी है, यहाँ परेशानी है, यहाँ परेशानी है, और उस पर इतने ज्यादा निशान हो गए कि बेनतहा। अगली बार उसने कहा कि यही तस्वीर बनाई, कहा कि अगर इसको सुधारते हुए भी जाए, जहां पे क्या सुधार होगा, इसमें क्या चीज लानी है इंप्रूवमेंट, तो किसी ने कलम नहीं लगाया। इट्स वेरी इजी टू पिन पॉइंट फॉल्ट्स, but it is very difficult to suggest that what you should do. So challenging the status quo requires not only courage but skill also, because you know what happens, you have to challenge, you have to give something out of box or something new. You know that we have ego clashes also. For example, when you are trying to change, trying to do something, trying to give some new idea, there are egos, educated egos versus uneducated ego. So the important thing here is that you have to understand your position. Sometimes you are afraid to speak something in public meeting because you believe that you don't have any power. Suppose you may be a lecturer somewhere and you know that you are new to organization sometimes, and sometimes you think that you are not having expertise in that area where you are trying to challenge others. Sometimes you feel that you are from a marginalized group. You sometimes think that it will be costly for your reputation, or it will be risky for your reputation, because in future this will become dangerous for you. So these are the reasons why you do not say anything. And in educated people, actually it is very difficult to challenge other educated people. It happens, there are ego clashes, you might have observed. It's very, very difficult, especially when you are when two professors are there. It will be very difficult to accept that suppose in something you don't know, and you do not easily accept that. It becomes your weakness. Then you cannot be an out-of-box thinker. So out-of-box thinker means that you have the courage to challenge the other person, as well as, ego clashes are there. Again, in spite of that, you are challenging the status quo. You are challenging what is already there, and you are trying to say something in your way, or you are trying to do something in your own style. You are giving some unique solution. See, later on in the coming slide, you will try to understand what are the 10 steps with the help of which we can, increase the chances of success when we are giving suggestions in the public meetings or in the private meetings or wherever we are in department. Suppose we are working, some of the suggestions are included within the stipulated time. We will try to have those. It's been half an hour. I have 1 hour more. We will finish inshallah on time. So the first point is anticipate the opportunity. See, and then when we have to suggest something, देखिए मैं फिर से कहूँ, ये कोई ऐसी चीज नहीं है जो आपने नहीं देखी है, लेकिन आगे देखेंगे कुछ चीजें ऐसी आएंगी जो थोड़ा सा अलग लगने की कोशिश होगी वही, और आप टीचर्स हैं, आप समझेंगे कि कोई चीजें हम अगर इस तरह की लाइफ में कर दें तो हमें बड़ा आसान हो जाता है. एक्चुअली डिप्रेशन हुआ है आप लोग को. तो समटाइम्स सपोज यू हैव टू से समथिंग, especially when you have out of box idea, then how to say in public is also very, very important. Because for that you have to always look for the opportunity. Opportunity means as and when there will be chance to say something, you have to say something. If you are not getting opportunity, then try to always look for the opportunity. As and when opportunity is there, just give your best. At that time, just put your idea before people. And when you put your idea before people, ask for permission also sometimes. Because the moment status quo, you have to challenge the status quo. And you can ask that permission that I have something to say. May I have a permission to push to give your to suppose meeting is going on. You can ask the chairman, sir, I have something to say. If people won't, if you will not mind, I can give you different perspective. I can give you different alternative. So asking for permission sometimes can give you some room. And if you are looking for that opportunity, and the opportunity is there when your seniors are saying, okay, what do you think? And when they are catching that opportunity, that is very, very important. So again, for that, begin with inquiry, not advocacy. This is very, very important advice from my side, that make it a simple talk, make it a conversation. Whenever you are trying to ask from others, when you are trying to put something new, then make it a simple talk, make it a conversation. Good inquiry, what happens actually engages the intellect and reduces the chances of emotional escalation. This is very important. For that, people say, experts have suggested that you have to start from do nothing question. This is very important. What is do nothing question, my friend?
So please, you elaborate this.
Not getting this.
So we would like that you will explain this.
Thank you, sir. Actually, suppose you might have observed that in some meetings, some situations, we are just confused what to say. Okay, and you have some suggestion. Okay, sir. We have some suggestion, but we are not sure that how should we start. So in that situation, this is very important, sir. Do nothing question means if suppose you have something to say and you don't know how to start, you can start from here. That if you do not change anything, then what will happen? Do nothing. What will happen if we will not do anything? The moment you start this thing, do nothing question, if we do not change anything, what will happen? This will actually start critical thinking among people. And this invites people to think. And it may be possible that your idea, whatever you are saying, it will be going to the public people and they may think on that. So do nothing is very, very important. Another important strategy in this regard, when you have to say something in public meeting or in your departments or in your institution, that emotional intelligence is very, very important. It should be your guide. You have to understand, use and manage your emotions in a positive way. What will happen that with the help of it, you can relieve your stress, you can communicate effectively, you can empathize with people, and you can overcome challenges, and we can diffuse conflicts also. Because for that, we have to be very aware that what we are trying to say. That's it. This is very, very, very important. And how we are saying. Non-verbal cues of others are very important. How people are receiving. Whenever you are trying to say something new, interact with poise, humility, and sincerity. It shouldn't look that you are having authority and others are listening, especially when you are a senior, you are a junior person. You have to understand, for that to happen, what you can include is humor. है ना, कभी कभी कड़वी बात है ना, ह्यूमर के साथ भी कह सकते हैं. कहीं ऐसी बात आपको लग रही है कि कुछ नई बात है, इतना आसान नहीं है नई बात को पब्लिक तक पहुंचाना. उसके लिए एक ऐसी शुगर कोटेड जो कहते हैं ना, जैसे बच्चों को हम कड़वी दवा कैसे देते हैं, तो शुगर कोटेड दवा के साथ बच्चों को हम पहुंचा देते हैं एज इट इज। तो दो अप्रोचेस हैं हमारे पास, एक तो है के साथ शुगर कोटेड अप्रोच वर्सेस एज इट इज अप्रोच। टू टाइप्स ऑफ अप्रोच आर देयर। So sugar coated approach means when you have किसी नए अंदाज से कोशिश करने की कोशिश करते हैं या इस तरह से कोशिश करने की कोशिश करते हैं, विद ह्यूमर कहने की कोशिश करते हैं ताकि सामने वाले को अदरवाइज ना ले। अदरवाइज वी आर ह्यूमन बीइंग एंड वी आर एजुकेटेड पर्संस, एंड as I have said in the beginning that educated persons में ज्यादा ईगो क्लैशेस होते हैं। तो इट मींस हमें एक शेर वसीम वलीमी साहब का याद आता है जो बहुत ही आसान है और हमें इस वर्ड से हम समझ जाएंगे कि क्या मैं कहना चाह रहा हूँ। कौन सी बात कहाँ कैसे कही जाती है, कौन सी बात कहाँ कैसे कही जाती है, ये सलीका हो तो हर बात सुनी जाती है। ये सलीका होगा तो हर बात सुनी जाती है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। कैसे कहना है, अंदाज, सिर्फ अंदाज। क्योंकि sometimes what happens, suppose if a topic is very sensitive, so raise it privately first, then you can raise it publicly in the meeting. Talk to your chairman before talking in the meeting, because there will be many people, sometimes you are saying something with which people are not comfortable. So as and when you are talking to that person in private, you can get some of the ideas whether this thing is good or not. This is very important. तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि कैसे कहें हम, विद ह्यूमिलिटी कहें, विद सिंसियरिटी कहें, विद रेस्पेक्ट कहें, ताकि हमें, और विद ह्यूमर हम जब कहने की कोशिश करेंगे तो बहुत सारी चीजें हम कह सकते हैं। तो यू हैव टू हैव दैट इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस, व्हाट टू से, व्हेन टू से एंड हाउ टू से। If you do not know your emotions and you don't know suppose when to say and how to say, and then definitely जो बात आपकी है, आपके पास out of box thinking, out of box idea, that will not be easily accepted by others. This is a very simple strategy, simple thing. And another important thing is when you have to say something, that you have to have the knowledge of past. This is very important. One of the things that I have a person, there is a situation in which a fence has been erected across a road. ठीक है, एक सिचुएशन है, कोई साहब इसको पढ़ ले और बड़ा मजा आएगा इस लाइन को देखने में। कोई पढ़े साहब?
A person comes to challenge the status quo.
Yes.
A person comes to
Fence
challenge
created.
the status quo.
हाँ, एक
I-
fence, हाँ, एक,
Yes, sir.
मैं अपना बस बैकग्राउंड बता दूं। Suppose there is a fence, there is a status quo, there is a situation, there is something, some situation is there, then a person comes to challenge that situation or challenge that position. What he is saying, I do not see the use of this. क्या response है उसका? पढ़िए
I
सर।
do not see the use of this. Let us clear it away.
Okay. तो do with someone representing the status quo, जो उस situation के जो represent कर रहे हैं, मान लीजिए कि वो चेयरमैन जो उस आइडिया को नहीं चाहता, उसको होल्ड करना चाहता, उसको चेंज करना चाहता, वो क्या कह रहे हैं?
If you do not see the use of it, I certainly won't let you clear it away.
तो अगला रेस्पॉन्स क्या है उनका? आगे क्या कह रहे हैं वो? Go away.
Go away and think.
What it means?
Okay.
Next line. When you come back and tell
When
me,
you come back and tell me that you do see the use of it, then I may allow you to destroy it.
what it means?
Okay.
सर क्या
Okay.
मैं?
Yes, sir, I'm getting it.
Yes.
If you want to challenge the status quo, grasp the past and okay, sir, it's good. So it's nice.
समझ रहे हैं सर?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is very, very important. Process shouldn't be mechanical. You have just come to challenge the status quo, but you are not sure what to change, why to change. है ना?
Yes, sir.
You should be aware.
Yes.
You should have something alternative. Just you. Sometimes what happens?
Means we have to do a proper homework in this regard.
Exactly. Wonderful, sir. Many a times I say that sometimes I get these people say that this NEP is not good, or many other statements are there for NEP. Okay, sir. So what I suggest them, my friends, very with poise, with very with humor, I say, okay, at least it has been implemented recently. At least 5 years or 10 years it needs actually. Then after implementing, we can have something, we can say something against it. Until unless you implement something, you cannot say anything about it, or just suggest what is your what alternative you have. If somebody has suggested something, You are just criticizing that thing. You are just criticizing a policy because you want to criticize. Criticism for the sake of criticism is not good. If you have some alternative model, present before people. If people are having intelligence, people can understand your idea, people can think, then, and if you are able to convince people, then you can criticize. But when you are criticizing, why? Because something has come and you are just criticizing and you don't have any alternative. So this is not good. Just read about it, understand about it, and you should have the background knowledge also. Why you want to do that? The moment you have this, why you want to do that, then again questions may be raised. But sometimes, you know, we are against idea, and we don't know why we are against that idea. So it's very important that demonstrate a grasp of past, meaning background knowledge is also very, very important. I think this is a very simple thing, but it's very. And another important thing is be transparent about potential unintended consequences. The moment you are having some unusual idea, okay, something, you know, which has not happened again, so you are having a burden of proof also. You have to explain that idea, that proposal for others to understand, because you are coming up with that proposal, you are coming up with that idea. So why people do not take initiative? I was reading different you know, papers that why people do not take initiative. So the lubab, the gist came that it is because people are actually evading the responsibility. It is human nature. People evade accountability. People never want that we should be answerable. People try to avoid. Why I should be accountable when I am not going to get benefit of it? Why should I take initiative? So there is a double risk, because at one time you are taking initiative, and on the other hand you have the burden of result. If suppose the result will not be in your favor, then what will happen? So you will be responsible. People will say that you are responsible because you have taken the initiative. So this is the reason why people do not take initiative. So it's very important that as and when you are having some idea which is against the norms, idea which is new, unusual idea, unconventional idea, then you have to be very much transparent that what will be the potential, what will be the results for that, what will be the outcomes of that idea, and you should be able to convince people. You should be able to convince people what will be the risks involved as and when you are implementing that idea. If you have that whole story about that, I am very much sure that people will listen to you. People will listen. It will definitely, they will take time, but people will listen to you. And another important suggestion from my side: know your boss. You know, for me, my boss is my chairman. For me, my boss is my department head. For me, my boss is vice chancellor. For me, my boss is PVC, pro vice chancellor. So you must know your boss before, if you want to suggest something new, something unusual. You know, we have already seen the वसीम बरेलवी साहब का जो हमने देखा ना, कब कौन सी बात कैसे कही जाती है, अगर ये सलीका हो तो हर बात समझ जाती है. So this is also very, very important that if you have to suggest something, don't fight with boss. My friends, fighting will not give you the result. Fighting should be avoided as far as possible, because in this world nobody want to listen to you. In this world, nobody want to listen to you. The important thing is you have to create such an environment when they are listening to you, they are receptive. Because in private setting or in public setting, nobody wants that you are challenging them. You are challenging their idea. You are challenging the established idea. No, never. It never happens. So it is, I think it's my suggestion that you should know your boss personality. You should know his mood. When to say is also very, very important. He is also a human being. She is also a human being. So it is very, very important. As and when some new thing is there, then how to say is also very important, and when to say is very, very important. See, in BOS, CSR, and EC, AC meeting, we have been, you know, the general tradition is that keep quiet, आप चुप रहिए, खामोश रहिए. तो इस जगह बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है कि आप अपने बॉस का मूड देखकर, जैसे हम लर्नर्स के केस में टीचेबल मूवमेंट देखते हैं, यू नो, लॉज ऑफ लर्निंग हमने देखा है कि हम टीचेबल मूवमेंट की तलाश में रहते हैं कि एज एंड व्हेन देयर विल बी अ टीचेबल मूवमेंट, हम बच्चे को पढ़ा देंगे. हम एकदम फोर्स नहीं करेंगे जो भी हम पढ़ाने जा रहे हैं. रादर वी विल ट्राई टू search for those teachable movement. When teachable movement arises, happens, and then and there, what we will do, we will give him or her a dose of learning. So we will search for teachable movements. Here we will search for the movements when our boss mood is good. And I am very much sure that as and when his or her mood is good, or he is receptive at that time, or she is receptive at that time, then give your idea or suggest your idea. Out of box thinking, whatever idea, whatever solution you are having. But remember, don't be, what is this? Don't be, my friends, what is what?
Sycophant. I don't know the meaning, sir.
Somebody who flatters or try to get the things done by making some favors or something like that.
What is the word?
Sycophant.
Okay, another person. और कोई साथ पढ़े इसको?
We wrongly pronounced it.
What is its correct pronunciation? What is its correct pronunciation?
Sycophant.
Sycophant. Very good. It's a sycophant. So actually, psycho is there. so
It was totally wrong. It is sycophant.
no, sir. It is acceptable. It happens. No problem. Pronunciation is not a problem because I'm not taking English class right now here. No issue. So sycophant, you know what happens in every department, you will find there will be a people who are in the good books of chairman or boss. Why? Because of this characteristic also. वो जो तेरी बात पे हर बात पे वाह वाह करेंगे, वही तुझे एक दिन बर्बाद करेंगे. हर बात पे जैसा चाहे चेयरमैन ने कहा, वाह सर, वाह क्या आइडिया, वाह क्या बढ़िया, वाह क्या. So sycophancy should be avoided. Sycophancy should be avoided. Respecting the boss is different thing. Do not collide with him. Don't fight with him. Don't confront your boss. Again, I am saying confronting does not mean that you are not supposed to and you are not assertive. You have to be assertive, but do not collide, because with collision you cannot take work from your boss. Fight करने में कोई फायदा नहीं. You know, हमारे यहाँ यूनिवर्सिटीज में आपके यहाँ पे जो होता होगा, अमूटा होती है, वो टीचर्स एसोसिएशन. जैसे हमारे यहाँ अमूटा है, हो सकता है दिल्ली में डूटा है और जेएनयू में जलूटा है. ऐसे करके डिफरेंट टीचिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, टीचिंग वो है एसोसिएशंस. तो अगर आप वाइस चांसलर साहब से हर वक्त इस फाइट में रहेंगे कि हमारी फाइट होती रहे, तो आपके काम नहीं हो पाएंगे आसानी से. कन्विंसिंग पावर होनी चाहिए और आपका एक चैनल हमेशा खुला होना चाहिए जिससे आप बात कर सकें टेबल पर बैठ के. सिकोफेंसी भी नहीं होनी चाहिए कि ऑल द टाइम यू आर सेइंग दैट आप जो कह रहे हैं बहुत अच्छा कह रहे हैं, और जो चीजें आपकी नहीं भी है सामने वाले की तारीफ नहीं करना चाहिए. दैट यू आर डूइंग, अवॉइड इट. And extreme should not be there, that you are colliding all the time, you are confronting all the time. Then what is happening? You are harming the interest of the others. जो आप काम कर सकते थे with persuasion, with convincing skill, that is not possible with when you are fighting with the boss. So it is my personal advice: don't fight until unless the idea is not at all accepted, until unless you have all seen that all the options you have encashed, and then you have no option but to fight. That fight should also be according to, you know, educated fight. Fight should not be like जो road पे जो fight होती है वो नहीं. Educated fight means you are fighting the idea, you are not fighting the person. This is very, very important. You are fighting the idea. You do not believe in the idea of your chairman. You do not believe in the idea of others. That is different thing. But you like the person. हमारे डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ एजुकेशन में बहुत साल पहले कोई साहब सरदार जी थे, उनका नाम मुझे याद नहीं है, तो वो आए एक बीओएस होती है बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीज की मीटिंग. तो वो क्या देखते हैं कि दो लोग जो है खूब लड़ रहे थे बीओएस में. आप समझते हैं बीओएस में साथियों, फ्रेंड्स?
Yes sir.
थैंक यू. सब समझते हैं, मैं इसलिए पूछ रहा था क्या बात आ जाती है, मुझे आप लोग देख नहीं रहे इस तरह से. तो बीओएस में सरदार जी हमारे जो भोपाल से आते थे, वो देख रहे हैं कि साहब प्रोफेसर थे सीनियर, वो देख रहे हैं कि दो लोग बहुत लड़ रहे हैं. उसके बाद क्या होता है, ब्रेक होता है. उस दिन बीओएस लंबी चली, उसके बाद ब्रेक होता है, लंच होने के बाद कहीं लंच चल रहा था, तो सरदार जी ने देखा, उन्होंने देखा कि वो दोनों लोग एक ही प्लेट में खाना खा रहे हैं. अब ही वाज वेरी मच एस्टोनिश्ड टू सी व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. कि साहब अभी तो ये लोग इतना बुरा तरह से लड़ रहे थे, ऐसा लग रहा था कि इनके हाथ में अगर नाइफ दे दिया जाए तो एक दूसरे को ये इस हद तक मतलब आपस में नहीं बन रही. तो जब खाते हुए देखा तो सरदार जी ने पूछा कि साहब क्या बात है साहब, हम मेरे ये सब बात समझ में नहीं आई. तो दोनों ने कहा कोई बात नहीं, अभी जब ब्रेक होगा ना तो फिर हम आके लड़ेंगे, क्योंकि वी आर फाइटिंग द आइडिया, वी आर फाइटिंग विद आइडिया, वी शुड नॉट फाइट विद पीपल. यहाँ पे जो खा रहे हैं, दिस इज आवर पर्सनल रिलेशंस. व्हेन वी विल बी द 18, दोस रिलेशंस विल बी प्रोफेशनल वंस. So we should not fight with the people. But actually what happens, उल्टा होता है, हम क्या करते हैं लोगों के आइडिया के साथ उस इंसान को भी जोड़ देते हैं। जैसे ही द मोमेंट द पर्सन इज पुटिंग द आइडिया, वी आर एसोसिएटिंग दैट आइडिया विद दैट पीपल, दैट पर्सन, और हम उससे नफरत करते हैं, उस आदमी से। फिर हम उसके आइडिया से नहीं, उसके आदमी से नफरत शुरू कर देते हैं। द मोमेंट वी डू दैट, people actually afraid to put the new idea before anyone. So that is the reason why usually we will see that nobody is putting forth the idea. हम कहीं भी आप देखेंगे, मीटिंग में देखेंगे, कहीं देखेंगे, आसानी से लोग आइडिया नहीं करते क्योंकि पीपल वांट टू अवॉइड दी फाइट्स। दिस हैपेंस। आप मेरा ख्याल है इस बात से मेरे एग्री कर रहे होंगे।
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
तो उसके लिए सर मैडम देखिए, इसके लिए तैयार रहना चाहिए कि व्हेन द बॉस इज रेडी टू लिसन, कन्विंसिंग मैटर्स, कन्विंसिंग स्किल्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। आपको ये पता होना चाहिए, हमारे जो बॉस है, हमारे चेयरमैन है, हमें ये पता होना चाहिए कि डू दे इनवाइट चैलेंज एंड लिसन और नॉट, हाउ विलिंग आर दे टू बी रॉन्ग समटाइम्स, वेदर दे आर एक्सेप्टिंग, वेदर हम किसी को गलत कहें और वो सुनने को तैयार है या नहीं है, हाउ डू दे रिएक्ट टू योर सजेशंस, इफ यू विल बी गिविंग सजेशंस देन हाउ दे विल रिएक्ट, how did they react when you say no? Suppose they are saying please go and accompany an educational tour, but you have some personal commitment as you are saying that ma'am sir chairman से आप बात कर रहे हैं, कह रहे नहीं I will not be able to go no some, तो आपको ये पता होना चाहिए the moment you say no, let no, तो उसका रिएक्शन कैसा होगा। इसीलिए कहा जाता है learn to say no, वो भी आपको पता होना चाहिए। और आपको पर्सनैलिटी पता होना चाहिए बॉस की और चेयरमैन की कि अगर नो से ही काम चल जाएगा या हमें मुझे कुछ ये तो शुगर कोटेड नो कहनी है, यानी बता के कहना है कि साहब आई एम बिजी इन दैट, माय कंडीशन इज नॉट गुड, आई एम इल और आई एम हैविंग सम अदर थिंग्स, पर्सनल इश्यूज एंड ऑल। हाउ डू दे हैंडल द बैड न्यूज, यानी कोई बुरी खबर आप जब कहते हैं या शेयर करते हैं तो कैसे लेते हैं उसको, हाउ इमोशनल अनफ्लिपेबल दे आर, दिस इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट, यानी वेदर दे आर एबल टू कंट्रोल देयर इमोशंस और नॉट, या बह जाते हैं। हाउ इंट्रेंस्ड, फर्मली, सॉलिडली एस्टैब्लिश्ड कोई चीज को हम इंट्रेंस्ड बोलते हैं, इन द स्टेटस को आर दे। किसी को लगता है ना कि किसी का आइडिया अगर चेंज हो गया, 2 साल का बीएड तो 2 साल का बीएड, 1 साल का खराब है, 1 साल का अच्छा है, 2 साल का अच्छा नहीं है, तो यू आर हैविंग दिस आइडिया, स्टेटस को आपने कर लिया कि इसको जो चैलेंज करेगा दैट पर्सन इज नॉट गुड। यू आर नॉट सेइंग दैट a better idea may come, no, you are thinking that if somebody will challenge this 2 years BA or some new policy will come which will challenge this 2 years BA, 4 years BA will come, that it means this policy is not good. No, please, if you have something new, suggest, but do not actually just reject it because you want to reject it. It is coming out from the mouth of that person. No. So ye bhi hai, how entrenched in the status quo they are, your boss or your seniors, do they welcome your suggestions wholeheartedly? This is also very important. You must understand whether your bosses are accepting your suggestions or not, or whether they wholeheartedly welcome your suggestions or not. Do they consider your suggestions as their defeat? This is also very, very important, my friends. I have seen your interest is pure. You want to bring improvement. Your interest is exceptional. You want to bring improvement in the education system. You want to bring improvement in the teacher education system. But as and when you are saying, they say, if your idea is implemented, if you are giving something new, they feel that you have defeated them. If it is happening that your idea will not be accepted easily. So how to say, when to say, whom to say, and this is for this to happen, you have to be having some idea of emotional intelligence also. Emotional intelligence means knowledge of emotions. This is very, very important. I'm not going into detail. Another important characteristics of out of box thinkers is that they have a curious and open-minded approach. Here I have just बोल्ड में बहुत सारी चीजें की हैं, ये इसलिए किए कि ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि they are the people who is out of box thinker, students who are out of box thinkers, they are willing to try new things and take risks in order to learn and grow. उनको लिए वो जो नई चीज होती है ना, उसको ट्राई करना, because try is a 3-letter word, fear is a 4-letter word. They will always try. If some new idea is there, they will always try. So this is important, one of the important characteristics of out of box thinkers. They are willing to listen. This is also very, very important, especially to the different perspectives, different viewpoints. And this allows you to see things from different angles and come up with creative solutions to problems. So this important characteristics is that, when you see the problem from different angles, and when you are willing to listen, when you are trying, when you are ready to take risks in order to learn and grow, it means you are out of box thinker. This is very, very important. And how we can develop, we will try to understand it in the coming slides, we are just studying the characteristics. They consistently come up with creative solutions to problem. देखिए इसमें सबसे important चीज है consistently come up, not one time. Those who are out of box thinkers, my friend, this is not that one time that as and when there will be problem, they will give you only one, एकदम जो बिल्कुल लास्ट होगा उसके बाद कुछ आएगा ही नहीं आंसर और एक ही देंगे. No, this characteristic says that they will be consistently coming up with the solutions, not one time solutions. Rather, as and when you are in problem, as and when there are situations, as and when there are, you know, problems are there, they will be giving some out of box thinking idea to solve that problem or to diffuse that situation, because this is their characteristics. And therefore, now let us see another, because we are short of time. Another important characteristics is that they are not afraid of change and they are able to adapt to new situations and challenge. देखिए ये भी उनकी characteristics है out of box thinkers की, that they are comfortable with ambiguity and they are able to see opportunities in uncertainty. This is very, very important. As and when there will be uncertainty, as and when there will be new situations, they are opportunity seekers in that uncertainty, because at that situation, in that situation, they want to give something new. They have solutions always, creative solutions to problems in the changing environment. Sometimes environment is changing, and now whenever there is a change environment, you are worried. Normal person is worried, but those who are out of box thinkers, they enjoy that environment. In the changing environment especially, they have creative solutions. So they are able to handle the ambiguity with grace and poise. And whenever there will be ambiguity, when things are not in their favor, they will be happy. And in that happy situation, they do not fall into the trap of what is known as, you know, cognitive dissonance. Because sometimes you are having two ideas, opposite beliefs, and just you are worried whether I should follow this or I should follow this. But that situation is not with them, those who are out of box thinkers. They are strong in resilience. Resilience is very, very important characteristics. What is resilience, my friends?
Flexibility to accept different ideas.
Accept different idea, and you know, and hardiness. What is this hardiness? There are three components of hardiness, that is control, commitment, and challenge. Hardiness means despite your, you know, बताएं कोई साहब बताएं. Hardiness, psychological hardiness.
The better you should explain.
If anybody, I'm just trying to be interactive so that I'm also listening you people. Hardiness is psychological hardiness, meaning thereby those who are hardy, we can categorize people into two categories, hardy and non-hardy. Those who are hardy, they are having control on their life. They are more committed. For them, problems are challenge, not the problems simply. They see problems as challenge. So those who are out of box thinkers, they are hardy people. So these three C's are there in their personality. This is very, and circumstances are in their control. They feel that they can control the situation, and they are also more committed. And whenever, as and when there will be challenges, they will see them as challenges, not the problems. For the person who is non-hardy, then he may succumb to problems, risks. He will become ill, or she will become ill. उसको एकदम बीमारी परेशानी में आ जाएगा, टेंशन में आ जाएगा. But with tension, with problems, with stress, if a person is working, that person will be hardy. So these are some of the. And another characteristic is that they are not afraid to fail and see it as a learning. They see it as a learning opportunity. I mean, I've also already discussed. They easily handle the failure with grace and resilience. I've already said. So just see, there is a last growth mindset and fixed mindset. So people with growth mindsets tend to achieve more than those with a fixed mindset. What is this? Those who are out of box thinkers, they are having growth mindset. And those who are not out of box thinkers, usually they feel that status quo should remain. And what is today, I think they will never take initiative. Rather than taking initiative, they want that things should remain as it is. हमें काम ही ना करना पड़े, कुछ भी हमें सोचना ही ना पड़े, and their process is mechanical. Whereas those who are out of box thinkers, they are known as having with growth mindset. And those who are not out of box thinkers, they are known as with fixed mindset people. So that is the characteristics of those. And they are always looking for ways to improve and optimize. This is another important characteristic. Just the second point which we will be focusing, that out of the box thinkers are driven by a desire to optimize and improve. Because those persons, those students, those teachers who are out of box thinkers, they will always be looking for the ways to make things better, especially from in maximum, in something which is given to them, suppose minimum out of maximum, maximum out of minimum, sorry, maximum out of minimum. They will always be giving optimum utilization of the things. They are not satisfied with the status quo, and they always want to challenge the traditional way of doing things in order to get better results, better solutions. And that is why they are able to adjust easily. They are better able to change themselves. They are better able to modify themselves, and as per the need, in order to achieve the goal, they adjust themselves just for for bringing improvement in that whatever the situation is, whatever the problem is. This characteristics is with this out of box thinkers. Another important characteristics is that they may have a diverse range of interest and always seeking new experiences. See, those who are out of box thinkers, they tend to be open to new ideas, new perspectives, and they try new things. We are studying that. They have a diverse range of interest in many things. That is the reason why they are able to produce creative solutions to the problems. So if somebody is having a diverse range of interest and is always seeking new experiences, he may be called an out of box thinker. If that characteristic is missing, then that person cannot be said that he's an out of box thinker. They can hold two opposing ideas in their mind at a time. We have already discussed that two ideas they can hold, because if person can hold two ideas out of contrasting ideas at a time, then he will be an out of box thinker. They are self-starter and who is not afraid of responsibility. This is very, very important. We have already seen that they have the ability to take initiative. They are able to make things happen. They do not wait to be told what to do. They take initiative. They prefer to take action when they have decided what needs to be done, and they make rational decisions. This is very, very important. And therefore, their actions are in their control. This is also important. So, my friend, now let us come to the 8 ways to think outside the box. What is the first one? Do a brain dump. What is this? What is this brain dump? Anybody?
No clue.
That's a very simple strategy. A brain dump is a free writing session when you unload anything in your mind into paper. Okay. So this is an important strategy, important technique with the help of which, we are studying 8 ways to think outside the box. What we can do so that we can think outside the box. Okay, out of box thinking. So brain dumping is something. Dumping means whatever is in our brain, we are dumping it on a piece of paper, unloading that. And it is very, very important. Sometimes what happens, we are anxious, we have anxiety, we have a to-do list, and we have a future planning, we have work deadlines, we have emotions. So writing down the thoughts as quickly as they come in with our mind, without worrying about grammar, without worrying about people, without worrying about sense, what sense it is having at that time when we are pouring the idea which is coming in our mind. We are just putting that idea on a piece of paper. That will help us in developing the ability to think outside the box. Another important strategy would be in this regard. This is how we can do it. Then we will understand that how teachers' role is important in giving this characteristics in our students. Another important thing is broaden our scope of relevance. This is also very, very important. We have to be open-minded. We are not supposed to be closed-minded, as in when we have to be open box, out of the box thinker. This is very, very important. We should be open to new ideas, new perspectives. The first important thing is that thinking about things that are outside our comfort zone. Sometimes we have a ready-made solution available. We have to sharpen the pencil, but the pencil sharpener is broken, suppose. Then you don't have to look for only sharpener. There may be different things to sharpen your pencil. So you have to think about different things. So broaden your scope of relevance, and it does not mean कि जो चीज आपको दिख रही है, जो रेडीमेड आपको पता है, frequently asked questions, that these answers you are looking for. Now the different things which nobody is able to think, you have to think about those things also. So you have to increase the area of your relevance. Box yourself in with a timer. Time boxing is a very important thing. Start is the key. Actually, this is our problem. It happens. We never have time for thinking. And when we will solve this problem, we always procrastinate. So for a creative person, if we are procrastinating, then it is not going to do the, then definitely we will be in problem. We have to reserve the time in our calendar, said when we will think, when we will solve that problem. This is also very, very important. So as and when we are having that time scheduled, that we will be solving this problem at that time, so there will be less distractions. Why? Because we have deliberately kept time out of our schedule for solving that problem. So I am not saying that only you are just having that schedule to solve your problem. Rather, you are having a time to give you a start. Start is the key. If starting is not there, definitely we will be wasting our important time. This is a very important strategy which we can have in our schedule. So I'm just skipping this. Yes. Yes. Another important is box yourself. Then the fourth one, work backward from the goal. This is very, very important. As and when you have something in your, suppose before you, some problem is there, then this strategy you will have to have in your, this backward planning, backward goal setting, or backward design. What is this, my friend? Have you heard this backward planning or backward from the goal? Work backward from the goal. If you might have heard the reverse planning. Some of you might be from the management department or commerce department. What is this backward planning? Or backward from the goal. Planning from क्या होता है? Backward goal setting, backward designing. कोई सा बता सकते हैं? Reverse planning.
No, sir, do not know.
देखिए इसमें लिखा हुआ है, second line, if you read it, the idea is to start with your ultimate objective, your end goal, and then work backward from there to develop your plan. From the, suppose you are carrying a lesson plan in the class, okay, and you have to teach the lesson plan. The first thing what you should do, you should see that what are your, what is the time limit you have, 40 minutes. Then you will have to see that what is the end time. For example, at 11 you are starting, at 11:40 you have to end. Then in those 40 minutes, what is the end time? That is 11:50. Then what you have to achieve? You are planning and you are seeing the end first. Before starting, you are seeing the end first. Meaning thereby you are also thinking about results. Reverse planning. You are not only starting thinking about the first thing, rather if there are 10 steps in something, you are also thinking about the 10th step. What will happen the moment you think about the 10th step, your planning will be better. In between, there may be some problems. As and when you have already planned for, or you are already visualized for 4th step, 5th step, 6th step, until 10th step, then it will be, possibility will be there you are not facing any problem. So this is very, very important, I think, because we start from our end goal, then work our way backwards from there to develop a plan of action. This is very easy. जैसे अगर हमें एक पेपर लिखना हो तो हम पेपर की ड्यू डेट देखे हैं, लास्ट एक्शन देखे हमें क्या करना है, और हम जो है एक कंप्लीट अप्रोच. फॉर एग्जांपल, आई थिंक इन डिफरेंट सेमिनार्स आप लोगों ने देखा होगा और आप सब एग्री करेंगे, इन डिफरेंट सेमिनार्स वी आर आस्क्ड टू गिव एब्स्ट्रैक्ट. यही बोला जाता है.
Yes, sir.
This is not good approach. This is not good approach according to me. This is my personal opinion. See, you are always given deadline that suppose it's 50 Feb is going on. By 15th Feb, you will be able to, you should give your abstract. And till 29th Feb, give your whole complete paper. Usually in seminar it happens. Okay, my friends? So, can you tell me when you are writing a paper, is it possible that you are just giving abstract first before complete paper? I think this is not good approach. What we should do, we have to write complete paper, then see what is the abstract in that paper, what are the main ideas in that paper, then we can give the abstract to the other person. Usually it happens that we just present the abstract without even thinking about the complete paper, without even writing the complete paper. So for me, it's not good idea, my friends. For me, good idea would have been when we are writing full paper, then we are having an abstract, then we are seeing that whether the correlation is there between the abstract and the complete paper. Otherwise, in many situations, what I've seen, abstract is saying different thing, paper is saying different thing. It has happened many times in different seminars that the abstract and complete papers are not agreeing, and there is no correlation sometimes. So usually you have seen that abstract is needed, abstract is asked, and the deadline of complete paper is in, suppose 15 days or month is given. So the approach should have been, when you are asking that complete your paper by that date, and after 15 days you can give the abstract. You can think, if you have to improve something, you can improve. This idea according to me may be good. This is my personal idea. If you feel that some other idea may be there, you can suggest me. तो ये आपको लगता है फ्रेंड्स? जी फ्रेंड्स,
Sir, abstract include everything like introduction along with the methodology and the conclusion and result. So I think after the paper is complete, then only abstract can be generated out of that.
very good man. Actually, when the paper is complete, now then the abstract would be good. But abstract is demanded in 2 days, 3 days, 5 days. People write in what should I say, in 1 hour people write abstract, and then they are taking 2 months in writing the complete paper. So it is, I think this is not good. So the planning, reverse planning is when you are thinking about the end result also, and then you are writing the abstract on the basis of your complete paper. Then abstract would be good. Otherwise, you know, it's not good, I think, when we are asked abstract, and then after 1 month or after 2 months we are asked to give the complete paper. This is not good. The fifth strategy would be to ask someone outside your field. This is very, very important. Out of box thinking or boxed thinking is because we never consult. Opposite of out of box is boxed thinking. Boxed thinking. Ask someone who does not know the rules of that area or area. Suppose you have written your paper, you are in education, you have written paper in education, you can give that paper to the person who is in philosophy department, or who is in the psychology department, or who is in the English department. Now you will see that sometimes he can suggest something new to you because he is not from your area. Your area, and suppose I am from education, the other person is from education, they may think in the same way. Sometimes they may suggest the same solution. But as and when you are consulting a person who is not of your area, then definitely you can become an out-of-box thinker. Because we will get some new perspectives we would never see in our own. As and when we consult, it can be our parents, it can be our spouses, it can be our friends, it can be even strangers on the street. Sometimes you are having an idea in your mind, you are just going here and there. Suppose somebody meets, you meet somebody, and then you are asking from that person. जब आपका कॉन्वर्सेशन स्टार्ट हो जाए, एज एन मैन यू आर ऑन द स्ट्रीट, तो आप उससे पूछ लें अगर कोई आइडिया आ रहा है, तो आपके दिमाग में कभी कभी वो चीजें भी आ जाती हैं जो सोचते भी नहीं है हम, जिसके बारे में वो सॉल्यूशन भी मिल जाता है. स्पेशली फॉर कंपनीज, पीपल से दैट वी हैव टू कंसल्ट द एंड यूजर, दोज हु आर यूजिंग दैट प्रोडक्ट और सर्विस, whether they are comfortable with that thing or not. If they have to suggest something, they can suggest. And then when you consult the person outside your field, you may be having some idea about which you were not even thinking. This is very, very important, my friend. And then when you have something, please share with your friends. With suppose husbands are there, then again ego clashes are there. Husband इसलिए share नहीं करते, ये wife क्या देंगे, बच्चे क्या suggestion देंगे मुझे मेरे. My friends, please try to suggest, please try to take suggestions from your better halves. So please try to take suggestions from your better fools. And then when you share your problems with them, sometimes the solution will be out of box, because you are, that person is not aware from your area. He is aware, or that person, he or she is not from your own field. Then what will happen? That person may give you different perspective. This is very important. ये एक strategy बड़ी important है, करके देखिए. एक और important strategy है, my friends, talk to a child. Your child or any child with whom you are comfortable. Many a times we see, my friends, we always ignore the suggestions of the children. It is possible sometimes when we are doing something and when we are doing something. हेलो, अरे किसी आपका माइक प्लीज अनम्यूट।
दूध कहाँ देना है?
प्लीज अनम्यूट प्लीज। प्लीज अनम्यूट। माइक्रोफोन किसका है जरा उनको व्हाट्सएप मैसेज कर दें। तो बता सकते हैं किसका माइक खुला हुआ है?
सर प्रोफेसर तबस्सुम परवीन मैडम का।
तबस्सुम मैम, तबस्सुम मैम, तबस्सुम मैम प्लीज अनम्यूट, म्यूट योर माइक मैम। तबस्सुम मैम, तबस्सुम मैम प्लीज। ओके, बस हमें 5-10 मिनट के लिए चला। मतलब भाई किसी पार्टिसिपेंट का ये माइक जो है थोड़ा बंद। So, talk to a child. My friends, you might have observed, you might have seen your own family. Sometimes you are working on some problem and you are searching for a solution, but you are not able to find the solution. And then when your children are observing you, they may give you suggestions which is creative and which is the answer. So sometimes you have to consult and talk to your children. It is always advisable. Please talk to children. Because when you talk to your children about your problem, they will share something which is not coming in your mind. And that idea will be out of the box idea. Take your advice from your kids. Take advice from other kids. And the kids whom with you are comfortable. And it will be giving you double advantage, my friend. It is actually the opportunity for them for problem solving ability, problem solving skill. And you are also getting the idea, out of box idea. And you just share with your children. Sometimes what happens, they are saying something and we are saying, oh, you can suggest something of yours. No, this attitude shouldn't be there. Sometimes anybody can give you, and children, because they are alpha generation, we have already discussed, they are Z generation. So they may be having some idea about that problem. And we think that we are educated people, we are educated ones, so we only know the solution. No, they can also give you. So this is another important thing, that you should talk to your children and listen them. Don't talk during the conversation. Listen, and doing more listening rather than talking, because when you give them chance, they are very confident and they will give you out of box solution. Do this. Try it at your home. You will find that yes, this is very important strategy. Another important strategy is problem solving for someone else. 8 steps we are trying to see. Solve the problems of others. My friends, as and when, suppose we have a Professor Sajid Jamal, again I gave his example. There will not be a day I have seen when other research scholars are not approaching him for their, with their problems. He is a very good researcher. His background is physics, and he is very good in statistics in our department. So as and when there are problems with other research scholars, not only from our department, but students from other departments of this university, as well as outside the university, people come, researchers come. So he is always busy in solving the problems of others. That is research problems, how you will be applying your statistics, how hypothesis will be framed, how objectives will be framed. The moment you are giving time, the moment you are solving the problems of others, it is actually you are exercising your brain also. You are giving exercises to your brain. Your brain is working and you are becoming a very, very good problem solver. Double advantage again. You are helping others, and what happens? you are helping yourself. So you will find a pattern that how to solve the problems. You become so confident in your area that when any problem will come, you are able to solve the problem. And it will happen only when you are helping the others. This is very, very important. And the moment you say that you do not invite people and you will that you will be independent, you will not be helping others. It happens sometimes. We become such a person in our life, we do not help others. In that case, we will not be so confident in our life, so so competent in our area that we are able to come up with this out of box thinking style. Out of box thinking, I have seen, as and when new thesis comes up with Professor Sajid Jamal, he shares with me, he shares with Dr. Anjum, he shares with Dr. Noora, and he shares with others. I have got the wonderful thesis and you must read, I will give you. And this makes him special, this makes him confident. That is why he's so confident, that is why he's so good in statistics, because continuously he's learning, he's updating himself. That is why sometimes out of box ideas are there in his mind. There was a time 4 years where we were worried that what should be the title of one of the papers. We were having a paper and one of the books was asking to have that title in that some frame mein lana tha. My friends, we were worried for 4 days and we went to him. Within a minute, he gave us title. That with this title, this paper, because the paper was quantitative, so wo title hum zyada change nahi kar sakte the. Within a minute, he gave the solution. Why it is possible? Because he is practicing with other research scholars, not only with the his research scholars, rather other research scholars. So this is very, very important. Again, this is brainstorming with colleagues. You have to discuss things with your colleagues also, because as and when there is any problem, you share the idea with your colleagues also, and listen with patience. Again, double advantage. That is, you will be developing good relations and you will be developing out of box thinking also. As and when you are having, it's not easy because people won't listen you easily. इतना आसान नहीं है कि कह दिया कल खड़े इकट्ठे हो गए आ गए आपके साथ, लेकिन make it a habit. People slowly and slowly will understand your intention, and there will be a time when they will be suggesting something to you definitely, and it will develop good relations also, whether the people are senior or whether the people are junior. As and when you make it a habit to consult them, as and when there is a new problem, brainstorming session with your colleagues, with your fellow teachers, with your fellow, wherever you are working in that working place, then you will find that you develop this habit. This is very important. Therefore, these 8 habits are important. Now we will try to understand that how some strategies we can have for our children, how can we develop the creativity among them or out of box thinking ability, how they can come up with out of box thinking ability, what we need to do. First is providing necessary freedom. This is very, very important strategy. Showcasing the talent is the key, but talent is alive, otherwise talent it dies. It happens. And actually students are having some fear. Whenever they have to express, they know that teacher may ridicule them, teacher may rebuke them, teacher may say something which is not good in the classroom. Don't have that in the classroom, my friends. You might have observed some of the students are very good in the school class, but as and when some teachers who are not at all interested in their responses, children's responses, they sometimes rebuke them. Aapne kya jawab dena? Aapke papa ne yahi sikhaya hai. So these kinds of things, especially on uncommon or unusual responses, these kinds of things are actually killing their talent. Their talent dies, my friends. So you shouldn't criticize the students sarcastically, especially on uncommon, unusual responses. Accept their ideas, especially even when they are vague in the beginning. Please try to accept those ideas also. Developing self-confidence, my friends. My friends, I am very lucky that I have supervised around 4 or 5 students for PhD thesis. So what I have observed in the 5 students, my first scholar was Sonal Sharma. Now she is Dr. Sonal Sharma, working in Central University of Gujarat as assistant professor. Another one was Kausar Jabi. Another one was Nasreen Suraiya. Then Anand Hashmi, and another student was Lakshman Sen. So in these 4 students, Sonal Sharma, Kausar Jabi, Nasreen Suraiya, Anand Hashmi, what I have observed, they were self-confident, and I have just motivated them. I have always motivated them, you can do it, but I couldn't do with Lakshman Singh. I know that Lakshman Singh is a very good student. He is the best among these 4, among these 5. He is the best student, but as and when you talk to him, his confidence is low. I don't know why. So I have tried my best, and because of that, my motivation, he could complete his PhD. I have motivated a lot. He submitted his PhD on the last day of 6th year. On the last day of 6th year, I have motivated a lot, but still I'm motivating you, please leave this, he's in permanent employee in some government job where he's not satisfied. I'm motivating, please you come. I have not motivated Sonal Sharma as much as I am motivating to Lakshman Singh, but he's self-motivated. So you have to develop self-confidence in them, and you have to give them confidence. That is very, sometimes they are coming up with some idea and we are just reviewing them. What is this idea? Absurd idea. Don't do it, right? It breaks the progress of creativity in their mind, and students lose self-confidence. किसी चीज के साथ आ रहे हैं और आपने फौरन उनको बढ़ाने के बजाय उनको खत्म कर दिया उनका idea. Or our negligence. We are not at all motivating them. We are neglecting whatever work with they are coming in front of us. This is also not good. My friends, as a teacher, we must, as a parent, we must encourage rather than discouraging their novel works, new work. This is another important strategy. Engaging in storytelling. You know, storytelling is very, very important. Stories are bridges to creativity. Imagination is very, very important. Otherwise, you can't have, out of box thinkers. You in your students try to say that just give us some story, narrate some story, write some story, and when they will be having this habit, my friends, you will see that they are becoming very good out of box thinkers. Their responses are all of a sudden. You are getting solutions all of a sudden. Automatically, there is learning by side is there. This will happen when storytelling habit you have developed in them. This is very, very important. Another important thing is providing constructive feedback and assistance. What is this, my friends? Are you following me, my friends? I'm just needing 5 minutes and I'll finish. My friends, what is this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Providing constructive feedback and assistance. What is this?
Constructive feedback. Kind of a feedback which can improvise on the present condition.
Exactly. Children
and
come,
help, extended help. Yes.
Exactly. Students comes and you are not giving them time. They are coming with some idea, which is, just the beginning of the idea, and you are not just giving time, not listening him, not giving any feedback. If the feedback is you are giving, that is not constructive, rather destructive feedback is there, and you are not providing any kind of assistance. Definitely that will be the end of out of box thinking ability. They will never ever come with any idea which is out of box idea. So this is very, very important, that respect what students are coming with. Providing security. This is very, very important. This is very, very important. Teachers are often, worried about some unusual responses of the students. Sometimes they're asking irrelevant questions. Questions are not relevant, not at all related to the class. Don't worry, don't get disheartened. Try to accept those deviant questions, deviant behavior also. Sometimes what happens when you listen those deviant behavior, deviant questions, unrelated questions, questions which are irrelevant questions according to you, then you see, if you encourage those kinds of students, you will see that you are developing this, creativity among them. This is very, very important. Now let us say providing enrichment technique. This is also very, very important. Some enrichment program should also be there. Curriculum should be modified and planned properly to recognize the potentialities of different students. Your curriculum is not giving any place, suppose, for having this out-of-box thinking ability. No picnic, no excursion, no educational tour, and you are making the students mechanical, then you are not going to develop this habit. Rather, if you are killing this habit of out-of-box thinking, this is very, very important, my friends. Helping to develop physical skills. This is also very, very important. Physical activity should be organized in the school also to develop the personality of the creative students. Because good health, if there will be sound mind in a sound body, if they are not having good health, definitely they will not be coming up with the good ideas, and they cannot be motivated for good work. This is very, very important. So you should give them chances to take participation in the physical activities also in order to promote the creative skills. This is very, very important. Developing the scientific ability. This is also very important. This strategy should also be there, that we have to develop the scientific ability among our students. Giving them advices what to read and what kind of literature they should read. You have to help your children to make them good students and out-of-box thinker. This is also one of the important strategies. Provision of expression through different media. Sometimes they want to express, but you are not letting them express. They want to write something, you are not giving them proper opportunities. You have to give them proper opportunities in the form of, like, organizing different programs. Like, they may write poems, they may write short stories, they may write essays, they may write novels, they may write others. They may do painting, they may do something for music, they may do something in craft. But you are sometimes, when I say you, means I am also included, we are not giving them opportunity to showcase their talent. The moment they are not able to showcase their talent is wasted. Talent dies. So you have to provide different media so that they can show their talent. Providing proper training and guidance, my friends. I have seen many people who are very good students, but at the right time they couldn't get the right guidance. That is why they were not properly educated, and they are not in the system right now. They are dropouts. So it's very important that proper training and proper guidance should be given to the student so that they can excel in excel in their area, and they can achieve in their education. Proper guidance, proper training is needed, and experts, for example, we teachers are there. We can give them proper training regarding how can we develop the creative skills, how can we develop confidence in ourselves, how can we remain motivated, and how can we do some exercises, brainstorming exercises, all these things. This is also very, very important. My friend, providing a variety of approaches, this is very important. A teacher should give scopes to the students to give varied answers to a problem. Don't accept one answer only in the class. Try to provide such an environment in the classroom where 2 answers are accepted, 3 answers are accepted, 4 answers are accepted, vague answers are accepted, and try to appreciate the original idea, creative thought, some unusual answer, and praise them publicly as and when you are getting these kinds of responses. This is very, very important, my friends. Encourage originality. You know that you are in research, you just talk about that plagiarism should be less than 10%, but originality is not promoted, I have seen. Because as in we see that there are 10 papers you have written when you are a research scholar. Nobody would see that what kind of papers you have written. They will always see 10 papers you have written. Try to promote the originality. What kind of idea you have brought in the field of education. That idea which is unique, suppose, about which there is no literature is not much literature is not available. If you have written paper on that idea, on that topic, then you should be encouraged, and you should give some extra points. You should have something extra for them. If somebody is coming up with some new idea, some good idea, original idea, and do not give priority to rote memory or cramming only. In answers, what happens whenever we are evaluating copies, we see that suppose the answer is of 4 pages, 5 pages, or 6 pages. My friends, it is very disheartening that somebody who is very creative in answers, we never promote that. We just see whether the answer is 4 pages or 5 pages. Instead of 4 and 5 pages, we have to see that what 4 or 5 new ideas are there in the book, in the answer book. I am not saying that the answer should be of 1 page only, but try to see that what creativity he or she has shown in that answer, and value the creativity. This is very, very important. Developing leadership quality, again, nation wants talented leaders and to solve different social problems. For that to happen, again, encourage the students meetings, student seminar discussions, again through discussion, through seminar, through meetings, different other platforms. We can develop the creativity among the students, and we can develop the out of box thinkers. Can you give me 2 more or 3 more minutes, my friends?
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir.
Just some points are left, so I want to finish them. Providing proper environment, my friend. Environment which is congenial atmosphere. Environment which is actually giving flourish, which is giving, which is actually helping the children developing this out-of-box thinking ability. Environment which is not actually impeding. The environment which is not creating, which is not a stumbling block, rather which is promoting this habit. And this is only possible when you are providing. You are a teacher in the classroom, and you see that how talented a student. No student is bad student. All students are good students. The important thing is how you are developing their abilities, and how their abilities are recognized in the classroom. That is very, very important. And opportunities to realize the creative resources of the society. This is also very important. Teachers should arrange tours to go to any industrial area, historical or geographical importance place, botanical garden, zoo, selective suitable time, so that they can stimulate their thinking. They can think innovative. They can give innovative ideas, and we can invite people, recruit scientists, poets, artists, actors, social reformers, religious leaders of the society, so that our students can get confidence, and they can become the good out-of-box thinkers. As and when they are coming in contact with those people who have been successful especially those who were out of box thinkers. So we must invite regularly in the classroom those people also. We should also go for some, trips to those places so that they can think, and we should also ask the students to give 1 page, 2 page report also, as and when they are visiting some place. And we can give them some situations and ask them to write about those situations or some problems also. And then we can nurture their out of box thinking ability through these exercises. Encouraging through social recognition. Sometimes out of box thinkers, in society, they're humiliated. And if you are just appreciating, they will definitely be more enthusiastic. Provide more scholarships, more stipends, especially when somebody is showing some creative work. Give scholarship to the institutions where creative talents is nurtured. And if you are doing that, then you are developing them, them self-confidence in them. That is also very, very important. Try to give them library and laboratory facilities. And if you are doing that, should provide financial assistance also. If you are all doing that, you are providing good training to them. You are promoting, nourishing the creative talent, my friend. This is very, very important. If they are not recognized, you are just, it is obviously a possibility is there that talent is dying. This is also important. Another important strategy would be in the classroom that providing proper motivation. We have already discussed that. I think I'm not repeating that. This is motivation. Providing facilities for creative writing. Again, facilities for creative writing should be provided to the students so that they can showcase their talent and we can nurture that talent. Encouraging dramatic talent. I have seen in our university, we have a drama club where you can perform and you can say a lot to drama. That should also be promoted, and this will be very, very important for out of box thinking among the students. Inspiring for artistic talent. If some artistic talent is there in children and you identified, you should always nourish that. If you are not nourishing, you are killing. So it's very important that this should also be there. Developing musical talent, my friends, is also very important. You should provide every facility to those students to learn music. Try to give them necessary training in that area. It is very, very. It has been observed that music is very, very important. I'm just concluding. Okay, so I think this was the last slide with music. My friends, music is very, very important, especially when you are under stress. And if you are giving some kind of training to the students so that they can enjoy, they can with the help of music, that will also be good. And through this way, you can foster the creative talent, and you can foster the out of box thinking ability among the students. Thank you once again, my friends. I was not having more time, otherwise, I'm also having more slides. So, इस session पे भी मैं follow online. My friends, any suggestions? Suggestion? Hey, I'm just leaving. I want to do this. Thanks.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर.
और sir.
Thank you sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Shakir sir, thank you so much for your wonderful presentation, sir.
Thank you.
And I have tried something which is sometimes out of box, but whether I am able to succeed or not, I don't know. But I know that you all are teachers. You know these things are already there. I tried my best, and I am very much thankful to you, all of you, that you have patiently listened to me and encouraged me during my interaction. Especially, it's very difficult to listen when you are a teacher. I always say. Because you are a
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for
Very
enlightening
nice,
us.
sir. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. अगर कोई और आपको सजेस्ट करना हो तो आई एम अगर आपको कोई सजेस्ट करना हो इन आउट ऑफ बॉक्स थिंकिंग प्लीज थैंक यू वेरी मच Should I leave?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Good जिंदगी में आखिर रही तो फिर मिलूं आप लोगों से।
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू वालेकुम, थैंक यू। और तो मैम आपका ही माइक चलो जी मैम। अरविंद सर, भास्कर गुप्ता सर, विजय मैम, महफूज आलम साहब, भाई, भाई, if you are getting me,